Dear fellow recruiters, Suman Pachigulla here. Let's understand about something, how you could able to get more clarity, more information from candidates when you are approaching at the first time for clarifying a requirement. So what is that primarily you should be focusing is, you got to understand requirement properly. That's very much important because you got to read it from the top to bottom. When you read it from top to bottom, you are going to understand what is that the hidden meaning has been written in every sentence. Not only look for IT skills, but you need to understand what is that the client tries to convey in the requirement. Sometimes it could be an IT skill, sometimes it could be responsibility, some duty, some tool, some process, some behavior, some function, something the particular sentence is going to tell you, because it is a job need as if it's a specification for one item. All right, now here if one specification that has been mentioned, it means either it is important or it is a good to have or something that you cannot be compromising. So it is very important for you to read it to understand, not read to just for the sake of reading. You got to read it to understand. What is that going to happen is, you are going to find a keyword from that, or you can use something that indicates the meaning of the particular sentence. Got it? So for example, client says that we need someone who should be connecting with the stakeholders to gather requirements. If this is the sentence there, you could be using client facing. That's it. Right? So client facing is all about getting into the stakeholders' mind and gathering information. So that is the reason each time you understand what is that the client is looking for a sentence, you could able to find the words so that you could use that as a keyword. If the client says we are looking someone who could be available 24/7 to help our customers, or whenever there is some issue comes in with the application, what does that mean? It means it's a support role. So that's what gives you an information to use your keywords. At the same time, you can use that to talk to the candidate and get the information back. Now here is something important for you to understand when it comes to calling. There are two types of questioning you should be using. One could be open-ended, another is closed-ended. Now if you are a recruiter, you need to own the call. Majority of the time you see the candidate owns the call. How would you know you are owning the call, or is that someone who is talking to you is owning the call? Here is the parameter, whoever asks question over the phone controls the call. You need to remember that. So this time ask questions in such a way that should not be irritating the listener. It should not feel like you are reading a script. It should not feel like you are doing some checklist work. It should not feel as if you are interrogating that individual. Got it? So in that way you need to understand whether it could be closed-ended or open-ended. You need to add in. So closed-ended is yes, no. Any single word answer, yes, no, is closed-ended. Open-ended is that getting more into detail. That gets into more probing side of question. So here when you are probing, what is that you should be focusing is, what is that the person has done and how you are going to get into more detail. So here, when let's say your client is looking for experience with Node.js, so you might be asking, have you worked on Node.js? How many years of experience with Node.js? Let's say the client is looking for some support role. You could be asking, have you performed support role in your previous experience? Which are the projects that you have supported? What sort of supporting you are going to ask, right? So that could be like, yes, I have done it 5 years. In the third project, yeah, almost everywhere I have done. So those are closed-ended. Open-ended comes with a probing. You would say, consider a situation where you have completed your work and you're at home and your manager calls you for some important task to support the need, or maybe there is a bug came in that needs your attention. How you are going to deal with it? Same situation, asking two different questions. Got it? Imagine you are with your family and it's a weekend, and all of a sudden there was some issue that has been identified and that needs your attention. How would you deal with it? This is probing and situational questions, and it will help you to understand the candidate's mindset, candidate's interest, and how tactfully the candidate could handle this situation. That is going to help you. So it is not about getting the answer. How you are getting answer is very much important. So when they answer, that is going to tell you whether they are interested, not interested, or they have done it, or they really know their work. Got it? Multiple closing. So this is something very much important for you to get in deep with the candidate when you are talking about the rate, or maybe for offer, for an interview, anything that per se. For example, I'm going to use this for again the same support role. Okay. So how would be using that multiple closing for the support role? That particular only one sentence is, John, here we understood this is a development role, this is a client facing also required, and support as well. So when considering a situation when the product goes with some kind of bugs, or someone encounters some issue is happening, and they connect with you in the weekend, you are going to give your support, right? See, with the answer we need to know is yes. What did I do? This is not closed ended. This is, I set the context and then I'm asking whether it is yes or no. If it is interview setup, okay, and we confirmed the schedules and everything, John, we got the confirmation back from the client that they are going to talk to you tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern. Considering everything and everything that from our end it's set, so do you really think that tomorrow 2 p.m. that you are going to attend without any hassle? He'll say yes, I can attend. And are you sure there wouldn't be any kind of problem that is going to stop you to take this particular interview? No. Why do you think like that? So on and so forth, right? So those are the closing things you are going to use by setting up a context and asking a question. Don't just directly ask, are you available for tomorrow 2 p.m.? Yes, I'm available. You get it confirmed, and all of a sudden things just go in a different way. So closing is important, and at the same time you got to close multiple times. So there goes a little more in depth about the questioning. So implement at least these things, getting in the top to bottom. So what is that? The takeaways here. When it comes to requirements, start reading from top to bottom to understand it. When it comes to phone calling, use open-ended, closed-ending, depending upon what is that you need. Not interrogation, not scripted, not customer service, not like you are rushing that information without important, and control the call with asking more questions. All right, go deep by probing. Probing is that not just for your checklist, it is about getting more deep into what exactly the candidate has done. And multiple closing, so that you do not have the issue of not getting back, or candidate no show, or maybe not knowing what the candidate has done as a experience or responsibility. All right, I hope it will be useful for you, and you are going to apply that, and let me know how it works. And any other information that you want that can improve your work, let me know. And I love you guys. Take care and God bless you. Bye bye.